Welcome to day 5, our last day of the 5-day Reset Your Routine challenge. I've had a blast with all of you, and I'm going to keep the replay videos up, I think, until January 1st, and then I might package them up and sell them for a small fee. Otherwise, I don't know yet. I haven't totally decided. So they'll be available for a while longer. Each day has its own routine, as you know, a different variation of something you can try. So if you're somebody who really resonates with, for example, the dancing one we did a couple days ago, like I got some feedback that people loved that one, then you can do that one. Do that one every day. Wonderful. If you are somebody who wants to like sample through them, you can do that. So there's a lot of different ways to apply this program to your life and to keep it going. So today is about anchoring your peace. And what that really means is this is about making a commitment moving forward. So I know many of you are working with me one-on-one, so we're really in it together. But for those of you who aren't, or those of you who are listening to the replay, I know sometimes we can get into these challenges or get into group programs or even get into a coaching container and we're like, rah, 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 like we are totally committed and then we fall off the wagon and then we have to wait for like another thing like this to keep us going. So there's a quote in the Kundalini lineage that says happiness comes from commitment. And I really love that because I don't think that's a way that we often look at happiness. We often think happiness comes from something outside of ourselves, but when you make a commitment to yourself and a commitment really to your spiritual path, a commitment to be happy, a commitment to be peaceful, then you're going to move your life towards the things that support you in that commitment. So it's in the commitment that you start to make the better choices. Like if you're somebody who wants to commit to being healthy, then you're going to in turn commit to choosing better foods, to exercising, to surrounding yourself with other healthy people. And so I really want you to make a commitment. And I think a lot of us, we want more peace, right? Commit to your peace, commit to the thing that you want to have in your life. And then be mindful that the decisions you make, every single day, you're making how many choices, thousands of decisions, thousands of choices, that those move you towards that commitment that you made for yourself. So it's really important to slow down and be mindful that you're not moving so quickly that you make decisions that you look back on and you're like, why did I make this decision? A very common one is overloading your schedule. Be honest, I had a moment this week where I was like, oh my God, like my schedule is insane right now. And it's all things I love. Like if you're fortunate, right, your schedule might be super full and it can be all things you love, all things you want to do, but that doesn't mean you can do it all. So you got to slow down. And even if it's something you really want to do, even if it's something that it's in alignment, I will say, as you continue to do the Kundalini, more and more opportunities and prosperity come in. It's what happens to the point where, and I remember when my teacher was telling me this when I first got into this, 6, 7 years ago, and I was like, okay, like I kind of felt like I was at that point in my life where I still had to grasp for things and like make things happen. And they're like, just keep doing the practice and like the things you desire are going to move towards you and they're going to move towards you a lot faster. And now I'm at a point where I can tell you, it's like, oh my gosh, like you do have to start making some harder decisions about the things that you want to say yes to. So it's very important to slow down. It's also important to know that, maybe you're at the beginning of your journey and being consistent with the routine still feels like a struggle. It still feels challenging. It still feels like work. It still feels like kind of overcoming an obstacle to do the thing, or, you're in the meditation and you want it to be over. And, all these different blockages that I talked about, I think in the first or second session, like just keep going because once you start doing these spiritual practices, they become like food. Maybe I've said this in another training. I say this all the time, but it's a teaching that's really important is now that you're in this world, now that you've had exposure to these practices, you're going to start to feel like you need them. And so if you go, a certain period of time without them and you're just rushing through life and you're not making time for yourself, you're not setting aside time for your morning and evening routine to bookend your days, then you are going to feel kind of like something's missing. And I would just offer to you, like, don't get to that point. Like, just keep doing it. Do something every day. Have a non-negotiable. Have a 3-minute practice where it's like, okay, even if I'm on vacation, even if I'm sick, even if like everything shifts and changes, like I'm gonna get my 3 minutes in a day. Like, think about that. in 24 hours, you have 3 minutes you can give to yourself, that you can give to your spirit. Like, there's really no excuse to not give yourself at least 3 minutes a day. And if you don't, then you have to look at like, where are my priorities? And, what is my commitment? Like, is my commitment to being the most peaceful person I can be so I can go out and be a light for others, so I can go out and help others? Or is my commitment to just do as much as possible and be busy all the time? Like, you got to like really slow down and think like, what is my intention? What is my commitment? And is all of this aligned with that decision? No, not every day is going to be perfect. I already talked about the routine roadblocks in the kickoff call. So that stuff might come up. And again, it's just start again. Don't beat yourself up. Like, don't use this against yourself. This is designed to serve you. It's not designed to be something to make you feel bad about yourself. And bit by bit, day by day, like, I can just tell you, like, it gets better and better. It really does. And my favorite teaching, I think, in Kundalini is you get better problems. Like, suddenly it's not like, oh my God, like, I hate myself and I don't have any time. I'm gonna sneeze. It's like, okay, now I have to decide between this job and this job, or I have to decide between living here or here. I have to figure out where I'm going to move, or I have to figure out, what project to say no to. I mean, that's really like the territory that I'm living in and my husband's living in now. Again, not saying there aren't going to be bigger challenges or obstacles down the road, but I really do think your problems get better because the little minutia, feeling like a victim or feeling powerless, like, that's not there anymore. You now know you're in command of your life, you're in command of your world, you're like co-creating your reality, and then it gets fun. So, one of my favorite quotes is, keep up and you'll be kept up. And what that means is, this is a path of persistence, and it's about showing up and doing what you can do in good times and bad. So when you show up for the practices show up for you. Like, this lineage of Kundalini and all this work that we're doing is like, there are forces that you can't see. It's like a family, and we're all connected to this powerful force, which is called the golden chain. And when you stick with your Kundalini practice, when you stick with some sort of daily routine, then the cosmos like support you in that. Like, they support you in doing this work. And so just keep up, and like, you'll also be pushed along. Like, you'll have this momentum like working for you. So just know that like, you're not alone, and you are so supported, and that it's just like, keep doing it, and like, you'll continue to be supported in bigger and bigger ways. And I just want you to continue to have faith in yourself, have belief in yourself, and believe that you are worthy. You are worthy of this routine. You are worthy of taking this time for yourself. You are worthy of all the things that it requires to feel your best self. Like, it's really like, that's the most important thing, is you taking care of you and setting aside that time every single day, because then all the stuff you do for other people is going to be infused with more love, more peace, more joy, more light. So, okay, so I know a lot of you know this, but for people listening to the replay, you might be asking what's next. So, obviously, you can hire me as your one-on-one spiritual life coach. I am almost totally fully booked. So, if you're interested in that, I would definitely, book a free consultation and let's see if it's a good fit. You can come to one of my retreats. We are currently in the process of filling up Costa Rica, and that one is starting to fill up. Signups are starting to really flow in since our giveaway. So definitely don't wait to sign up for that if you're interested in a retreat. I think I'm going to go back to I've been doing 2 a year. I think I'm going to go back to doing one a year. So if you want to do these retreats, then at least for the next foreseeable years. So if you want to do a retreat, like, that's not something you want to wait on either, because they're going to be short opportunities. And then come to my group classes in person, come to my online workshops, sign up for my Kundalini yoga course. That's a great way to kind of have a DIY opportunity to learn these practices. And then just ask for help. Reach out to me on Instagram. Don't be a stranger. You have my information on WhatsApp. Like, I just did a talk about this yesterday. Hannah and I talked about this. It's like we are all very capable of people, but you're stronger together. We're stronger together. We're stronger as a community. We're stronger when we can ask for help. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. And then just stay tuned because I think I'm going to do a group program like this in 2025. We'll see. Otherwise, I'm always coming up with new things and creating new things. And I just think having a community like this is so important. And that's kind of what's next here. So, excuse me, grab your journal. Let's get into our routine. So, we're going to start with some journaling prompts. And the first question is, what was the biggest breakthrough I experienced during this challenge? What was the biggest breakthrough I experienced during this challenge? Love at the end if anybody wants to share. So we'll get there. And then the second question, oh, I guess I should drop these in the chat. That may be helpful. What mindset shifts will I can commit to moving forward? What mindset shifts will I commit to moving forward? So this is like, what perspectives will you take on? What ideas about yourself or routines will you take on? When you're ready, what practices will I stick to even after the challenge is over? All right. What commitment am I making to myself? This is that point I made in the beginning. Like, what is your commitment? Then I'm going to drop the next one and then I'm going to give you a few more minutes to finish up any of these. What is my big why for continuing even after the challenge is over? And as a heads up, in all the replays on YouTube, I have the journal prompts in the notes. So if there were journal prompts you really liked or you want to expand upon, you can go back to the previous lessons and look those over. Sometimes I think it's fun to repeat journal prompts, especially if you didn't have as much time as you would have liked to finish them.
Greta, can you repeat that last one
Yep.
more time?
What is my big why for continuing even after the challenge is over? So it's kind of back to what we talked about, I believe, on the first day on the kickoff call of, what is that intention you're going to come back to on those mornings when you don't want to do it, when you're tired, when you're sick, when you have a million things going on and it doesn't feel like the top priority, what's going to bring you back? So I'll give you one more minute and then we are going to do a EFT tapping. I've gotten some really good feedback about the tapping. People are really liking that. And then we're going to do a meditation. One I think some of you have done. I think for sure Colleen has done this one. It's one of my favorite ones. I think actually, Anna, I think you've done this at one of the retreats as well. Okay. Okay, let's tap, tap, tap. So maybe grab a little drink of water. Just wet your whistle. I just have coffee, so that's what it is today. Okay. This is gonna be, we're gonna do more of like a positive tapping. So I'm not gonna necessarily have you rate 1 through 10. This is more of like a positive manifestation. Both of the things we're doing today are more like bringing in positive versus like clearing negative, but when you bring in positive, you do clear out negative. So tap on the karate chop point of either hand and then repeat after me and follow along. I am completely worthy of a routine, and I love, accept, and forgive myself. I now commit to a daily routine, and I completely love, accept, and forgive myself. I am choosing to commit to a daily routine, and I completely love, accept, and forgive myself. Okay, at the start of the eyebrow, I am worthy of a daily routine. Side of the eyes, because my peace is the most important thing. Under the eyes, even though there will be excuses that come up. Under the nose, I commit to showing up for myself every single day. Chin, because when I make time for myself, collarbones, where a bow tie would be, I can show up more present in my relationships. Under the armpit, where a bra strap would be, I choose to let go of perfection. Crown of the head, knowing that's not the point here. Start of the eyebrow. What matters is that I do my best. Side of the eyes, and I'm fully capable of that. Under the eyes, I choose to be someone who prioritizes their peace. Under the nose, and this is just part of my identity now. Chin, I'm done with any excuses for not taking this time for myself. Collarbones, because even if it's only 3 or 5 minutes under the armpit, that makes a difference. Crown of the head. Today begins a fresh, clean slate. Start of the eyebrow, and I commit to my peace moving forward. Side of the eyes. I'm excited about making this promise to myself. Under the eyes, because I know that when I do, under the nose, all aspects of my life are going to get better. Chin, I'm going to feel more confident. Collarbones, my mental and physical health will increase. Under the armpit, I'll be more present and happy in my relationships. Crown of the head, and life will flow much more smoothly. Start of the eyebrow. I know if I keep up, I'll be kept up. Side of the eyes, and this is a lifelong journey. Under the eyes of cultivating a loving relationship with myself. Under the nose, because every time I show up for myself, chin, I'm declaring that I love myself. Collarbones, and I am so worthy of love. I fully commit to a daily routine under the armpit, crown of the head, and body, mind, and spirit. Okay, and now rest your hands on your lap. Just feel the energy moving around you and through you. Feel those calming waves of relaxation. Okay, now we're going to do a short Kundalini meditation, just 3 minutes, one of my favorites. All right, rub your palms together. Create a little heat between your hands. Palms at your heart. Lengthen through the back of your neck. Eyes are closed, rolled up to the third eye point. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to tune in. Om Namo Guru Deva Namo. Om Namo Guru Deva Namo. Om Namo Guru Deva Namo. Inhale. Feel that peace wash over you. Set an intention now to connect to your highest self. Exhale. I'm going to put the protection over you. Inhale. Ad Guru Name, Jugad Guru Name, Sat Guru Name, Siddhi Gurudev Name. Ad Guru Name, Jugad Guru Name, Sat Guru Name, Siddhi Gurudev Name. Ad Guru Name, Jugad Guru Name, Sat Guru Name, Siddhi Gurudev Name. Inhale. And exhale. So we're going to do this meditation for Guruprasad. I do this one every single morning. It's one of my favorites. It's very receptive. So it's one that helps you to open to receive. And you can use this one a few different ways. So what you do is your hands are just cupped like this. So all the fingers are closed. The space between the sides of your hands are closed, and you're right here in front of your heart. And I'm going to play this mantra. The mantra I'm going to play is a manifestation mantra. So it's the only mantra that comes with a warning in that when you listen to this mantra or chant this mantra, you become very magnetic. So you want to be very mindful of the thoughts you think. You want to be very mindful of like what you're projecting and what you're putting out there because you increase your magnetism, you increase your attraction for good, bad, otherwise, whatever you're focusing on. So I do this one every single morning and I do it a few different ways. Really the teaching is you're supposed to feel very blessed. You're supposed to be in this energy and just feel very grateful, feel very blessed. So there's a few ways that, for somebody with an active mind likes to do this. So one way is that I like to feel the feelings of something already being accomplished. So maybe you have like something going on in your life, it's a big deal, you want it to go really well, and you're just imagining like, oh my God, that went so much better than I thought. I'm so grateful. Like feeling those feelings like if you were at the end of that thing and it happened and it went great. Another thing you can do is kind of go through your day. Like the way I did it this morning is I went through my day and like I imagined this call going really well and feeling really good, and the next part of my day, and like I just kind of imagined different parts of my day going really well. I sent love to my clients. Like I went through this process of sending love and kind of envisioning the day going well. Another way that I like to do this is I pray. Like I'll pray for my parents, I'll pray for my clients, I'll just like, bless every cell of their being, like bring them love, bring them health, bring them wealth, bring them happiness. And I just envision these people in my life thriving. So choose your own adventure. And I'm just going to play this music. And all you do is you close your eyes and you feel these really high, positive, wonderful feelings. We are going to go probably a couple minutes over, so I apologize in advance. It's worth it, though. It's worth it to stay on. All right, you're on the clock. Here we go. take a deep inhale. Feel the gratitude wash over you. Feel the blessings wash over you. Just feel how blessed you are. Now, palms to your heart, press your palms together. Another thing I like to do at the end of my daily routine is I like to pray. And I'll just give you an example of that now. This is a great way to get support because any ethereal or beings or angels or guides, like they can't come in and help unless you invite them. So, guides, angels, healthy ancestors of the highest truth and compassion, please come through and flow through and make yourself known to all the people on this call today and all the people listening to the replay. Please bless them, bring them clarity, bring them clear guidance and direction, bring them abundance, happy relationships, so much love, help them to grow and learn through love, help them to awaken their highest destinies, to live their highest destinies, and to be at peace. Satnam. Satnam. My beautiful friends, we have some space available now if you can to share. Anybody wants to share anything, anybody wants any coaching, any questions, anything I can support you on. I'd love to hear it. Who's going to be the brave soul to share? Oh, Anna, thank you for these sessions. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
I just want to say good luck to Colleen today on your pottery sale this weekend. It's going to go great.
Thank you.
I
I
was
wish I was
thinking
here to
about
go get some stuff. I love all your stuff so much. I use your mugs like every day.
Oh, thank you so much. I love you.
that. I think I'm coming tonight. That's my plan. I'm gonna be knocking at the door at like 3:55.
Yes, that's what you have to do. Yes.
Love it. Okay, beautiful humans. Pop on to watch the replays whenever you'd like. Stay in touch. I know I talk to all of you every week. And I'm also hosting a solstice class if you live in Minneapolis, December 21st. I know some of you are signed up. This is one, Shalu, are you coming? Okay, good. Yeah, that's the one you don't want to miss. Yeah, you're coming. Okay, good. Okay.
No, I said I'm not coming. I'm
Oh,
out of town.
you're out of town.
I know.
Shoot. Next one. Next equinox.
I know.
Okay. Okay. I love you all so much. Have a beautiful day and Satnam.